Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. This is Love Apparel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to cut and sew this beautiful gown. So if this is what you're interested in, please like, share, comment on my channel. Let's get started. So I'm going to be using this paper to illustrate what I'm about to cut now. So I'm cutting Caribbean gown. The down part, here is my waist, my hip. My waist is 29, my hip is 36, and the length of the gown is 30. So from my waist to my hip is 9. I added 1 inches to it, making it 10. So I deduct 10 inches from the length of the gown. So 30 minus 10, I have 20. So I divide 20 by 2, I have 10. The second step, I'm using 11. The last step, I'm using 13 inches. So 1 inch for joining and 1 inch for folding. So the last step, I will cut 13 inches wide. So after getting my length, the first length, like I said, is 10 inches. The second step is 11, and the last step is 13. So after getting the 3 lengths of my cutting, after getting my 3 layers, I'll go ahead to determine the wideness of the skirt. So for my wideness, I'll divide my hip 36 plus half of my hip, which is 18, will give me 54. That is for the wideness of the first layer. So the second layer, my hip 36 times 2, which is 72, plus half of my hip, which is 18. I'm cutting the wideness of the second layer will be 90. So for the last layer, 36 times 3 gives me 108, plus half of my hip, which is 18. 108 plus 18 equals to 126. So this is what I'll be cutting. You will go ahead and cut according to your own measurement. So let's go ahead and apply it on our fabric. After this, I will fold my fabric by taking the measurement and cut out the layers. After cutting the layers here, I'm marking for my top. I'm going ahead to mark the length of my top. I mark my half length. I mark my shoulder to my bust point. So I'll divide my shoulder into 2 and mark and connect it to my chest line. I came out with half an inch to curve my armhole. So I divide my bust by 4 and mark. I add my 2-inch seam allowance. I connect it to I divide my round bust by 4 and mark. Added my 2-inch seam allowance. I divide my half length by 4 and mark. I added my 2-inch seam allowance and I connect the lines. So here I mark my neckline 3.5 by 3.5. So I'm marking the back and front neckline together. The back neckline is 3 inches width, 1.5 depth. So I came out with 1 inches for my shoulder slope. So let me go ahead and cut it off. So here I'm cutting for my front neckline. So added 2 inches for my button allowance. So I'll connect it and cut it off. The 1 inches is 1.5 by 3 width. So the 3 inches is 3 by 5 inches plus the button allowance. So I'll go ahead and cut it off again. I'm cutting off my front neckline I cut shoulder slope and slit open the button line. So here is my sleeve. So for my collar, I mark a straight line on fold. So I mark 2.5 inches straight line on fold, as you can see. So after marking the base of the neck line, I came up on the left hand side with 3.5 inches and mark. On the other side, I mark 3 inches. On this side, I mark 3 inches. Sorry, my camera was not well positioned. And I mark a slant line connecting it and curve the 2 inches baseline. So this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and cut it off. I cut it into 2, and now you can paper stay your own if the material is not strong, but here the material is very strong. I'm not going to paper stay it. So I'll go ahead and join these two together and sew it. For the base, I will just sew the edge, the 2 edges, and connect it with this one. So here I've gone ahead to sew it and attach it to my top. On the one side of the top, I added my black material, as you can see. So this is the last part of the layers. I've attached the other part. So for this last part, I've gone ahead to drag and sew it. Just as you can see, I've dragged it to the size I want. I also fold the depth, so I'm going to attach it to the main gown by using the notch part. So this is it. Please, if you got value from this video, like, share, comment on my YouTube channel. And this is the outcome. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.